What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're talking about if a guy likes you, if a guy values you, he's never late. And I actually wanted to talk about this because I kind of wanted to go over how to handle if a guy's late and what it actually means, right? Like the underlying message. I think it's very important because I know a lot of women out there, they would message me and they would say things like, the guy said he's going to do this, but he never shows up. The guy says he's going to be there at X time, but he's not there for 30 minutes later. What the hell do I do? Okay, so before we even get into this, if you can, please subscribe. Just click the red button below. Also in the description is my free ebook, 254 pages. Again, absolutely free. Talks about everything we talk about in my videos. And if you want to have a session, a coaching session with yours truly, just click the link below. I love these sessions. Actually, after this, I have a session, so I'm pretty excited about it. I love doing these. You guys are a blast. Jumping right into it. I'm going to tell you the mistake you make when a guy is late, okay? Now, I don't think a woman should accept a guy being late. It's one of those things like forgive but don't forget, right, in your head. But this is the mistake a lot of women make. When a guy's late, she'll go after him eventually. Some won't, right? Eventually, a woman will bring it up. She'll say, "You need to value me more." She starts to argue with him. "You need to value me more. Why are you always late? Why are you this? Why are you that?" Okay? And when you do that, you are automatically seeking validation from that guy. You're getting antsy. You're getting aggravated. You're getting just upset at the fact he's late. And you have the absolute right, 100%, to be that way. Again, time is money. Time is invaluable. You have a limited amount of it on this earth, of course. The day you're born is the day you start dying. You can quote that. It's not from me though. But so I understand. And I'm a big person on time. If you're late, I get so fucking pissed, right? It's unbelievable. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. And when women, or when a guy's late, women freak out, okay? And again, that creates that hierarchy because he automatically has the power. Because here's what women don't understand. If you don't have and this is actually why I wanted to make a video. If you don't have the control of yourself and control of your emotions and what's going on, then he automatically wins. Because here's what happens. You do that stuff and then he kind of goes up here. And the reason he goes up here is because when he does that stuff, you might get angry, but you're still following through with it, right? You're still following through with hanging out with him, talking to him. If a guy's late or stands you up, guess what? The next day, you might be a little mad, but then you're like, okay, whatever. And you end up brushing it off, right? You don't draw that line. A lot of women just brush it off. A week later, or not even a week, 20 minutes, they're good again, right? You give them that little yell. You give them that talk. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And then you go about your day and your situation, whatever you guys are. A lot of women follow with their heart, not their heads. So when you do not have control of your emotions and what's going on, and you confront him a lot about it, guess what? He's in trouble. But again, attraction's much deeper than, it's not a choice. It's much deeper than what you and I think it is, what we're consciously aware of. And it's deep in that lizard brain. It's way out of our control. It's all about the subliminal messages. And this is a subliminal message I want you guys to know about. When you argue with them and, he's up here, I did wrong, I'm sorry, yada, yada. But here's the thing, you still follow through with everything, right? If he's late for the date, you still follow through with the date. If he says he's going to come over at 6, but he comes over at 9 p.m. because he wanted to stay and hang out with his boys, you might give him a little shit, but he still comes over and you follow through with it, okay? So here's what a lot of women need to do. I'm a big believer in this. First off, don't flip. Don't flip. Just let it happen. A lot of women who flip, they're more of the, I don't want to say insecure type, but they flip because they're more worried, right? It's more for approval. Like they flip to see how the guy reacts. Again, it's subliminal. Like you might not think of it like that, but that's a lot of the reasons why people flip. Now you can say, no, it's disrespect, it's this, it's that, but it's much deeper than that. What you need to do instead is not flip so much. I wouldn't worry about it. When he comes over, I wouldn't even worry about it. I wouldn't even stress over it, fret, nothing. Like, Because if you do, it's only going to cause more drama and it's going to lower his attraction for you. I'm not saying he can walk over you. That's what I'm trying to get at. What I would do now on is, hey, when a guy starts disrespecting you and your time and space, pull back. Always pull back, and let him chase you. Raise your value, because when a guy doesn't show you that time, that or come up on time and stuff like that, that's a disrespect. That's because he doesn't value you or your time. He knows you're going to be there. He knows how you are. He knows your patterns. Let me give you a great example of this. 2-3 weeks ago, I went on a little date or a lunch with this girl. Right? She has a family over, so she couldn't do anything after work, and she get off work late anyway. So I had to see her at for lunch, and she had a really long lunch. So we sat down, ate, and went out and stuff like that, so on and so forth. Now, I am a very, 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 very busy man, right? I have things to do. I wake up 4 a.m, knock shit out, yada yada yada, and so does she. Now here's the thing. I'm not gonna say I liked this girl. I mean, this girl was cool. I found her attractive, but she wasn't like super high value, 9 or 10 or anything. Like, my attraction was not in the 90s or anything like that. But I did respect her because she was a good woman. She was good to me. She respected me. She didn't show any red flags. I would say a slightly above average woman. Like, she was cool. And I made it my duty to, like, I hate being late, right? But I respected her enough, and I found her valuable enough where I wasn't going to be late. And to make sure I wasn't late, I woke up early. I knocked all the shit out I had to do. I wrote, did my thing, yada yada yada. And I was supposed to be there at 11. I left at 9:45, thinking it's 45 minutes away, thinking there's going to be traffic because I live on a strip in Seattle, or Seattle to just Washington, Pacific Northwest. That strip, very, very, very traffic heavy, busy, stuff like that. And I didn't want to be late, so I left early. I showed up on time. I did what I had to do. And of course, I showed up a little early. I got there. Guess what? At 11:01, she pulled in. So I know that I valued her time and respected her, and she valued my time and respected me. If a guy likes you and a guy respects your time and values you, he will not be late. He will not say, "Hey, I'm going to be here at 8." and then shows up at 10 or doesn't show up at all, or doesn't reach out and say, hey, I'm going to be late. Now, if he reaches out and says, I'm going to be late, I'll give him a pass on that, especially if he's not that late. Or even if he is. If a guy reaches out and lets you know, at least, obviously that's a little different. I'm not saying it's 100% okay. The best possible, thing is if the guy was there on time, a little early maybe. But if a guy does call and say, hey, I'm going to be late because of X, Y, Z, A, B, C, then that's fine. But when a guy's late, it's because he doesn't value you. He doesn't appreciate you to the point where to the amount that he should. And when he is late, then I highly recommend you don't freak out. It's one of those things you forgive but don't forget. You kind of do your own thing and you kind of pull away and let him realize. You got to train him like a dog, right? If he does it right, reward him. If he does it, pull away. It's simple as that. That's actually all it really is. Good job, doggy. Give him his treat. Move forward, right? Bad dog, smack. Oh, not smack your dog for not showing up on time, but pull away. Give him some space. Let him start reaching out. Now, of course, you can still reach out, but again, you're cutting it back, slice by slice, and you can only take so many slices, then the cake's gone. So, with that being said, I love you, ladies. Take care. Don't flip out over them. Just forgive and don't forget, and react accordingly next time. Right? Like how he acts now is going to determine how you act later on. So, I love you. Take care. Peace.